It would probably help if I launched my VTuber model. I'm on the YouTube studio. Let's go. Oh yeah, Pal World updated. Eh, I'll be in the mood to play it eventually. Not now. There we go. VTuber model activated. Why do I have a notification on Odyssey? Ah, new Lewis Rossman video. Watch that later. Sit in the stream room. Open up the call-ins. Got a lot of time to kill before Jim streams. Although speaking of time to kill, the one downside about streaming on Saturdays, whenever I swear to God, the instant I decide to stream, unsubscribe podcast releases an episode, and I'm like, motherfucker. That's why I want to watch this Bird Creationer with Fluffy. Got a couple videos lined up for later. I know we've been talking about this off and on Discord and stuff, but this really needs to be pointed out that the Supreme Court of the United States overturning the Chevron defense. For the long and short of the Chevron defense is that government agencies can interpret the law, and effectively the Supreme Court will due to this previous ruling, like an agency could interpret a law this way, and then the court would rule as like, yeah, okay, that's a decent interpretation and go ahead with that there. But overturning that there, it's like, okay, interpretation of the law goes back to the courts, which is the way it should be, as opposed to, CIA glow nigger agencies. It's like they should have nothing to do with fucking interpretations of the law. Fuck those guys. So this is a big thing. This here article is just particularly on Bitcoin and stuff. I don't care. It's just the larger scope of it is that the Chevron ruling getting overturned. It's like, yeah, this is a good thing, and not knowing people are talking about it, which is sad. Because there was a meme of like all these rulings, like this one here, and a couple other rulings rolling out like a few days ago, and stuff is just like bam, 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 bam. It's like, holy shit, someone's cleaning house. It's great. Is that the Lewis notification? Yes. You can watch that later. Get my weekly Odyssey watchings. And just browsing the internet, waiting for someone to call in and keep me company. Other than Moth, since he always seems to be available. I think the sleeps finally overtook him. Or he's playing Hell to Ever too. Either or. Jim, covering Boogie. My top 3 favorite lolcows are Boogie, Movie Bob, and Ken Penders. And also, like, no one talks about Ken Penders because he's largely irrelevant. I haven't followed the Boogie or Movie Bob in forever and stuff because they're just miserable cunts. But because they're miserable cunts, is the reason why they're my favorite lolcows and stuff, because they always try to foster an audience of like, oh, I'm a good guy, give me money. It's like, oh, fuck off. Especially Boogie. Boogie always tried to play up that he's the Mr. Rogers of the internet, and it's like, no, fuck that shit. He's an emotional vampire. Fucking scum of the earth. Your regular Odyssey watcher. I'll call in like an hour. Okay. And in terms of that regular Odyssey watcher, that is because where's credits? Excuse me. The reason why I'm a regular watcher is that there's a weekly watch credit for at least if you watch one video a day for at least 3 days, you can get a certain amount of library tokens and stuff, which is kind of funny because this year used to be. I mentioned it before. The amount awarded used to be at least 0.1. Now it's 0.05, which is half. And of course, there used to be a couple other like I consider these like dailies and daily and weekly quests effectively to generate credits. And there used to be a couple more and stuff, but they've started phasing this here stuff out. And I'm kind of wondering if any of this is even going to exist once they finally transitioned over to the new, well, not new, but to the other blockchain. I forget whatever the fuck it's called. And in a couple of weeks, on July 10th, apparently there's a big announcement, a big major rollout. Ooh. So who knows what the fuck that's going to mean. Now I've got to complete my Odyssey dailies. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen the maximum because the range is always like, well, okay, before it was 0.1 to 25, but now it's half the minimum. But I don't think I ever saw 25. What's the biggest I ever got? Let's see. Invites. I'm just kind of curious to see if my weekly watch reward was ever a whole unit. Yeah, because it's always like 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.1. Yeah, that's all it ever was. I never got anything more than like a point whatever. But most of my token generation was just from the invites from my partner link or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, the Odyssey invite link that I have in my profile and links and all that stuff. That's the only way I've been able to generate the library tokens. And I'm still kind of wondering what the, because since they're moving over to a new blockchain, I imagine there's going to be a conversion of the remaining balance of the library tokens, but the library tokens are worth like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the token that they're going to be changing into. So I'm just wondering if they're even going to bother doing a conversion, or be like, okay, since we're transitioning to the service, here's a base amount and go to it. I don't know. That's like the only two ways you can do it. Have like a really shitty conversion rate, or just say fuck it, everyone gets like a starting amount. Thanks for trying the first time. What's going on in the world? I think most of my feed is still the fallouts and ramifications of the fucking presidential debate, which is kind of funny. Funny that all the fucking news media organizations are going fucking DEFCON 1 at this point, which more or less like the fucking New York Times is telling Biden to step aside, which really says to me that this was them running Biden on this really early presidential debate and stuff was planned. This was a political assassination and everything but a body. So fucking stupid. New poll shows that Trump is winning New Jersey. This poll was taken before the debate. Yeah, can I imagine what it is now? Who would be the ideal U.S. president? None, because the federal government is a fucking scam. Abolish all federal governments. Provincial state is the highest order of organization that people are capable of. Everything else is just a fucking scam. Today's cover of New York Post, Joe won't go, vows to remain in race. Over my dead body. That can be arranged. The CIA has done it before. The CIA can do it again. All they gotta do is slip a little something into his evening milk, and yeah, that's all it's gonna take. Or fuck, his wife could just smother him with a pillow. France is burning. What else is new? When is the French elections going on? And I know the snap elections were called, but I forget when they're actually going to be happening. That's on a date. French election date. Sunday, June 30th. Sunday, July 7th. Okay. So tomorrow and over the week. Okay, gotcha. This is going to be an interesting week for France then. Fucking joking on my own spit. God. Amazon satellite internet service delayed while Elon Musk's SpaceX leads space race. Tisk. Jeff Bezos, you put that penis rocket into orbit, but you can't launch a bunch of little satellites. Tisk. There are times bored begging Biden to drop out of the race. Yep, I already saw that. Toronto being a shithole. And now the news, water is what? Gen Con is one of the worst woke conventions out there and is to be avoided. They have a long history of pushing political activism over the fun of their attendees, which I'll remind you some brief points. I know a bunch of them, but it'd be kind of interesting to see if I've forgotten any over the years. Number one, they threatened to leave Indiana because Mike Pence was a vocal Christian as governor. They banned the quartering, I remember this one, for getting sucker punched by a trans activist, literally covering for someone who did violence over the victim because of politics. They banned Jeff Bergen from TGG Games, one of the biggest retailers in the country, and game publishers too, because he was a known Trump supporter. They had a draconian vax and mask mandate even after those were shut down. They continually push alphabet soup content above everything else, which doesn't even make sense in the context of board games. They host mentally ill leftist agitator posing as sci-fi writer Patrick S. Tomlinson for Writer Symposium panels every year. The latest controversy where they had an awards that discriminated against Jews versus Signal Palestine only removed from the site due to potential violent riots. Gen Con. Sucks a sock, and you will not be missed when you eventually file for bankruptcy. Why is OBS having a panic attack? Stop flashing. Don't crash. Don't crash, you piece of shit. All right, as a side talk, I know I've mentioned this previously in the past, but we got we got around a little over 30 people right now, and we usually fluctuate between 30 and 50 people and stuff. All it takes is like one or two of you just to even like type in chat, either on the Discord or in Odyssey. If you want, it's like, here's the thing I've noticed with streamers. If you want content for the streamers, especially with smaller audiences, it's very easy to just treat the streamer as an AI chatbot, and you put in your prompts in the chat, and the streamer will react. It's not like we're running like four digit concurrent viewers and stuff. So it'd be very easy for someone to hijack the stream, just dangle keys in front of me and just grab my attention. And that can go for anyone. It doesn't take much. It doesn't cost you anything. Set up a free email and set up a free account. And just log in and call me a nigger for all I care. At least to be something. 60 viewers and no chat. I don't buy it. I actually do buy it. No, I actually do buy it, because the numbers I've had on Odyssey for concurrent viewers has largely been consistent. It's not like where it's YouTube, where it's really wishy-washy and stuff. It's like the numbers are consistently low. And it's just, and like, I know you're there, like, like Uber, Moth, and the usual guys. It's like all the usual stuff ones. I know you're there and stuff, and you guys will chit chat and whatnot. But like the 30 to 50 other people, they're usually there. Like, I know like a lot of people are lurkers. Like, I get that and stuff, but I've always kind of figured like there has to be at least a few of them to have an Odyssey account to listen to Josh back in the day before he actually had his Kick account, because he was exclusive to Odyssey for the longest while there before Kick really took off. And even then, he still streams on Odyssey too. So I figure that'd be a couple of people that would have an Odyssey account to chat. Yeah. I just think it's neat. It's like a microcosm. It's like a microcosm into like the human mind, and that's like, no, I just want to be quiet. It's like like the dark forest internet theory. It's just like people just want to lurk and be quiet so they don't poke their heads up for all the dark evil monsters in the forest. I understand that to a certain extent. But my main thing for like this little screed right here is just to be like, no, yeah, it's like when it comes to content creators, particularly live streamers and stuff, like as long as the chat isn't a bloated mess, like with like hundreds of thousands of concurrent viewers just like typing into the void and stuff, and it's just noise. When it's kind of nice and quiet, like right now, for this level of viewers and stuff, you can very easily just treat it as a AI chatbot and get like reactions from the streamers. And it's just this notion that you're able to do it and people don't actually like rise up and actually do it fascinates me. Because they'd be like, oh, I can literally the concept is like, I could just one guy the streamer and do it. Why do I have a notification? Another bot follow me. Yep, someone like my repost. How was that repost? Oh yeah, fucking the rabbit is on her roommate account and going crazy with posts these days. I really need to repopulate my Pippa list. I got rid of that list ages ago, but going through all my follows to find out all her alt accounts would be a pain in the ass at this point. Please don't park too close, I'm fat. I need a sticker for my vehicle like that there, but instead of please don't park too close, it's like I'm tall. Like I can squeeze in the small spaces pretty easily enough, but the transition period from being all scrunched up in my seat to actually getting outside my vehicle and stuff is like I have to like unpack my arm and legs, and that there needs room. which is why I don't like flying. Senator Tommy Tuberville says the president is not actually running the country, but is actually the so-called deep state. The devil, you say? American people have finally found out what's no people have known about this for a while now. It's out there front and center at this point. And if you're kind of like the presidential debate was kind of like the last bastion where it was like, okay, if you're denying this right now, you're never going to believe it. You're a fucking believer. You're fucking insane. Manlet will never get the struggle of tall people. Yeah. And it kind of goes double for me because my Marfan syndrome, like my torso is actually fairly normal size and stuff, but my arms and legs are like longer than they should be because of my Marfans. So I'm literally a noodle person. I'm a noodle person. Nothing but arms and legs. Actually, the longer I think about it, I'm a clamped character. And then like a noodle person, all arms and legs. I could fit in a shoujo manga. OBS, will you stop spazzing out? We're before the case Space Marine 2 developer cancels public beta tests in order to focus on optimization and plant and polishing. Yeah, I posted this link in the Discord and stuff, and it's like I've had for the longest while now for Space Marine 2. I've kind of had like a bad feeling about it with all the delays, rewrites, redos, people coming and going, and it's just like it looks kind of pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, the trailer looked pretty and stuff. We all watched it. It looked pretty and stuff, but it's like, I have a feeling this is like the treble production of all treble productions. So, yeah, got a bad feeling about this. I got him at Ben Garrison. Once in a while, Ben Garrison will get a chuckle out of me. He's toast. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Home prices are now 47% higher than they were in early 2020. Man, I wonder if MPAC has a website where I can just enter in my address and see what my house is worth. Because I haven't actually gotten an MPAC letter in my mailbox in like years at this point. Fucking curious now. MPAC, not MPACs. Search. Nope. Yeah, to register. Boo. I'd have to dig out one of my old assessment notices and enter in my roll number and access key. Eh, something to do for later. Pretty sure I have a folder with them somewhere. Good old humanity. Horror in the Mediterranean is Iraqi girl 16 is choked to death while being raped in front of her mother on a sinking migrant boat by a man who had just seen his wife and daughter drown in disaster saw dozens killed off Italy. Yep. Just make a giant crater where the Middle East is, and that'd be great. China. Middle East and China. Giant craters. That'd be great. Just glass it all.
What? Hello.
I spent like the last minute trying to drag you. It just wouldn't register.
Funny. So, how's your day going?
Pretty good. I got an upset tummy, but nothing much I can do about that. How about you?
I didn't sleep well, but, that's
So
normal.
So today it ends in Y.
Yeah, pretty much. So, the news is burning with what happened with the debate thingamajigger.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing the fallout from that air quotes debate for a while now.
Probably. It is funny, if nothing else.
I'm just kind of curious to see if Jim's going to just open up his stream tonight with just like a 1 minute commentary on the debate before jumping right into Boogie.
When is Jim streaming anyway?
It is going to be, he had a post. Let's see, browsing post. He is streaming at either 7 or 8. I want to say 7.
Man, it's a fucking Saturday. Why can we never get an earlier stream?
Okay, 7 Central, which means it's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern. Yep. So they're streaming at 8.
Motherfucker.
As Jim, it's not going to be a super long. I don't know. Him being on the really good goofballs has given him the energy to do decent length streams these days. So, never say never kind of thing. What's up, nigger?
Shitty Bluetooth headphones while I work. I don't think I have enough boogie shit.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh. Hey, how much?
Oh my god, YT lives. Inshallah. Well, your Fugi does seem to look like it's working and stuff, and we actually heard you, so Bluetooth successful, I guess.
I like it.
Seems like it's working.
Fucking retarded Iris.
Iris played one too many Minecraft streams.
Don't hear anything on your end, though.
Oh my god. Never mind.
I find it kind of funny that the programmers / audio engineers seem to have the most issues with audio.
Actually, it's working. Never mind.
Yeah, it is working. And having YT and Porian have some of the most audio issues amuses me, considering they're my go-tos for audio fixing.
It's the way it is.
Just can't win.
I just gave up and was like, okay, some headphones on. I'm good to go.
Speaking of can't win, I finally got around to looking at the final, air quotes, final version of the Pippa cookbook and stuff, and I'm kind of annoyed that my paper letter thing got converted to an actual proper entry. But whatever. It actually looks really nice. It's a nice presentation.
How long did that take to build?
I don't know. This thing has been going on for weeks at this point. I put my entry like at fucking like day one and haven't looked at it until like recently. But it's pretty neat. Very comprehensive. I don't think she's going to read it on stream. She'll probably, at best, whenever she gets around to it, she might scroll through it on stream.
She tries to cook anything, she's just gonna burn her house down.
Yeah. Yeah, like here's the entirety of my entry. Grumpy Grandpa's Northern Comfort. And he even got converted into Imperial. Although the flavor text of how I actually divide out my portions survived as italics, which was kind of nice. And I like my one joke of enough ketchup to make Kershey happy, then mix it into the redder in the baboon's ass. I'm really proud of this one.
I like the design. I like how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of work actually went into this over everyone. So good job, team. I can never remember who does this Pip art, but I've always had a soft spot for it. The really chubby cartoon look.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I like to call it cherub Pippa. I have a soft spot for it because it reminds me of like old Looney Tune designs. She's like a girl Elmer Fudd. I really hope no one really pushes her looking at this for the next couple of days and stuff. Since she's, I quite imagine the Pippa's still in a little funk after last night because there's usually like the lead up to the breakdown, and then the sulking after the breakdown. So there's like a little cool down period before we should poke Pippa to do stuff.
Yeah, someone not in the Pippa coalition. I just see the posts.
I don't know. My one thing from the last Pippa stream is I hope it unifies enough people to just get Archive Bro / JL 710 to kill himself.
You can only hope.
It'd be nice. It's like, hey, you want to read the names list? It's like, fuck off. It's like, I'm a sociopath and I can still read the room. Jesus Christ. I still can't get over that this is a fucking real Time magazine cover. I thought this was a joke for the longest time, but things are dark. Democrats panicking about Joe Biden's debate performance and what will happen next. And this is literally their August 5th cover. And it's just like panic.
I mean, it's a great cover.
Oh, it is. It's like him literally wandering off the cover. It's like chef's kiss. And I think they touched up the picture of Biden a little bit more too, because it looks like he's even more stroke looking. Like his face looks a lot more droopy than it should be. I imagine it's a little touched up, but it gets the point across.
Well, it seems like Jill wants to hold on power, but man, they're gonna go after him like fucking nuclear bomb.
Well, I think he himself wants to stay in Pyre too, but like that post interview thing that his wife did and stuff, fuck, she looked like a goddamn demon.
I didn't watch it. I can't handle too much of that shit.
Well, I saw like the screen caps come out, and I was like, okay, it probably wasn't that bad. But I actually watched a bit of it and stuff. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, she was fucking unhinged. You could say he's on edge. Goddamn it, Uber. Okay, I saw this here title come across my RSS feed. Cyberpunk 2077 sequel associate director says original game didn't push the envelope far enough with its social commentary. God, I hate CD Projekt Red so much.
It used to be great.
It used to be great too. Yeah, and thankfully their game distribution service is still good for now. I'm
Yeah, I mean, sorry.
I know, you go ahead.
I believe anything that doesn't have DRM is, regardless of who it's run by, it's fine by me.
I'm really big on that there too, but GOG has one thing over Steam in that I actually get the install files.
Yep. What
Like my Steam listing is like the bare minimum of things I can't get on other platforms, aka GOG.
One thing I've noticed they've locked down on is that you now need like an official client of GOG Galaxy to actually play co-op.
Yeah, I've seen that. Thankfully, it isn't mandatory for game installation or updates yet.
I was going to buy a friend of mine, Dying Light, and noticed that I can't even fucking play it as co-op, if I don't have the GOG version.
I'm still of the opinion that both in terms of gaming and media, like TV and movies and gaming and stuff, every single company in the face of the planet needs to get together and just, okay, one website, one service, everyone gets their cut, go. Never going to happen.
No, I mean, look at all these streaming platforms, and it's just going to continue to be fragmented and cost
Well,
you way.
Well, I would argue that, well, okay, it's already happened that cable failed, and the streaming services are just going to speed run the existence of cable, and that they're going to fail too.
Yeah, this is why I pirate.
Yeah, that's why I pirate too. And it's kind of funny. I actually do periodically look at like pirating metrics and stuff, and like everything's like pirating skyrocketed the last couple of years. It's great. I see his best streaming services known to man. Agreed.
Guaranteed to work every single time.
And better quality, especially when it comes to games, since there's no DRM and cracks.
I remember way back when Half-Life 2 was first released, I had a pirated version of it. It ran way better than the official Steam one for the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah. Reuters reports that Trump's allies are assuring officials in Japan and South Korea that he seeks to support efforts to deepen the three-way ties aimed at countering China and North Korea. It's like, hey, China's getting uppity. If you want to be good, get Trump in. Younger adults sympathize more with Palestinians than older Americans do. Yeah, it's because younger people are stupid. I saw this earlier. North Korea has executed a 22-year-old man for listening to K-pop and sharing it with his friends.
Finally.
Well, I know K-pop is the scourge of the earth, but all things in proportions. Because living in North Korea is punishment enough. I like this. I like this here picture. If the FBI won't investigate it, they're in on it. If the media won't report it, they're in on it. If Congress won't talk about it, they're in on it. Now you know what's going on. The more you know. Ding. Now there's 42 people just lurking quietly. Shameful.
Who are they?
Clearly, they're the rape dwarf living in the walls and all of his friends.
We can only hope.
What the fuck is WikiDog on about now? Started a thread called crossover Pipkin Pippa, Nicolette Pinder, Sybil Fox. Oh, someone has started a Pippa dedicated thread on the farms.
Yeah, I know who that person is.
Voyeur, huh? Is he in TVA?
No,
Or,
he's only on the sector thread,
as
far as I know.
As I've said, every VTuber thread outside the main one on the farms goes to straight cancer. So I imagine this one here is going to follow that tradition, proud and noble tradition. I like this Dr. Rice Aroni guy. This is my OP for Pippa. I'm too lazy to actually write up an OP, so someone write it for me. No thanks. Ban this man. Explode his penis. Man, I really want to throw something snarky, but I know the thread's going to die in the vine, so I just don't want to have my name attached to it.
Oh, this is really bad.
It is. It's literally him asking. It's like, okay, here's what I have. You guys help finish writing it up. It's like, fuck you. It's gonna die.
Who
And
posts
then
shit like this?
didn't even bother to make it. Yep. Oh, that's what you posted earlier. In general, Moth. I just took your abilities to read for 5 seconds. Derp. Why are you like this, Moth? I say as he's asleep at his keyboard. Oh, it's that guy. Okay. Oh, fuck off. I keep forgetting Wiki Dog's name changes. He almost got me there. Pippa Pimpkins, number one anti-edit yet again. The only thing that can stop a bad boy with a gun is a good boy with a gun. The goodest boy.
I think I'm gonna fuck off and get some food. You'll have a good day.
Okay, we'll probably be here for a good while, so if you feel like joining back in, don't hesitate to do so.
Yeah, let me know when any drama happens.
All right, take it easy.
Have a good one.
And now I'm alone with my thoughts.
I'm still here.
You don't count.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's pretty funny. Rome anti-crime unit reportedly raids anti-migrant citizen journalists, locks social media accounts.
That's weird.
Stay classy. Okay, this is funny to me. A former cast member who worked on many Imagineering projects indicates that Tiana's Bayou Adventures may never be fully functional at Walt Disney World. And all this is well known to former WDIs.
Wasn't that's the thing they were supposed to be building to tear? They were like replacing Splash Mountain.
Yes. Yes, that is
But
correct.
they're not even gonna fucking finish it.
They're not even going to finish it. So they tore down Splash Mountain and converted it to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And apparently it's a shit show. It's never going to get finished. On the flip side, the Japanese Tokyo Disney has fought this up until now, and I think there's the Splash Mountain still stands unraped. He really doesn't count when he doesn't even respond to people talking to him. Yes, that was the joke, Cypher. And a stock Xena Cypher on Odyssey. Paste. Move you to Odyssey. Save. He truly is the biggest tool. Yes, he is. And I don't know why Odyssey is elected to shit the bed and change your name just to E.
E.
E. When July 10th comes around, I really hope that Odyssey upgrades a lot of their shit. I love Odyssey so, but it does have a lot of hiccups. Of course, you're okay with this. You're all about the E. It's kind of funny. Every time I look at Cypher's server and I see everyone in voice chat, I'm just, my first instinct is to look to see if he's streaming, but if he's not, then I just assume that you guys are all on the TVA Minecraft server and just using Cypher's server to voice chat.
What?
I like how everyone's joking that the new Pippa thread it was created by Girth. I agree with Pipkin. It should be moved to proving grounds and not straight to purgatory. Although it belongs to purgatory, there is a process to this. So I agree with the burnout. Nah, they just don't want one person to join the voice chat and the groom cord. Actually, that's a good point. Didn't even think of that. Actually, yeah, I remember because the other day, everyone was in the Cypher's voice chat, and then for whatever reason, they moved over to the groom cord, and then immediately person walks in, and then people start leaving. I saw that happen in real time. I saw it happen in real time. I got a good chuckle over that.
I don't mind person, but I guess Haka doesn't like him.
Person is fucking nuts. I see all of his posts. Every post I see, and I've actually tuned into quite a few of his streams and stuff. And dude is fucking off his rocker.
What makes you think that specifically, though? Give me some examples.
I don't have examples. Here's the thing. This is just a quirk of me in that when I have a feeling for people and stuff, it's just like, okay, point. When people ask me, it's like, okay, point to one example. It's like I can't. It's amalgamation of a lot of different things, and I'm not autistic, and I'm not and I am not autistic enough to keep dossiers on everyone to justify my thoughts. It pretty much is like I don't like this guy, and it usually comes out in the wash later on that people will realize why. Like I said this before, and I'll say it again. My gut reaction to people is almost always right and stuff, but I can't articulate. My brain can't articulate it to save my life. It is what it is. Mathasi did not hear person talk about without pause about how Nigeria was going to be a superpower in 2025. I tried to forget that because fuck, that was stupid. So fucking retarded. Yeah, like here's the case. I don't know why. Coincidentally, his post is at the top of my For You recommendations. From person himself. I almost choked to death, not like a little caught in my throat, straight up on the floor. Had to have a Heimlich around 5 or 6 times from elementary to middle school, eating those fucking public school mozzarella sticks, and I'd fucking eat them again. This is not a sane individual.
Maybe.
That's just like one of many things. Yeah, like look at this. It's like little meme like my wife is dead. I don't want to remarry, only want sex, and him being a gay little femboy. Oh god, I get flashbang with his fucking cock. He has like not safe for work cock porn of himself on his timeline. What the fuck? Oh god. Well, if you want to see person's fucking little twink cock, you can just go to his page. It's like 4 entries down. Do not actually do this. Flashbang for fuck's sakes. Yeah, I know, right? You think I would have known better, but I don't. No, thank you. I shan't be doing so. Well, thankfully I'm on Odyssey because I'm too fucking lazy to edit that shit out. So anyone watching the VOD in the future, you're going to be getting Catboy Dick. I think the Swedish man is writing up a dissertation to the Catboy peen. I eagerly anticipate his results. I think Otis Need actually has some slave labor that drops into streams because you get shit for nudity, but only if it's reported. Ah, interesting. Gore is fine though. Not Otis Need though. Lol. Good to know. Like temperature's been swinging the last week or so, and I got a head cold again. Feels bad. The gun thread bullied Null off of the 50 BMG meme. Now he's balls deep into researching 308 semi-autos. I got a 308 semi-auto. I approve of this. What's the gun I have? It's gonna bug me now. I can never remember the model number. Centerfire, rifle, Remington, model 350, not 750 synthetic. What do you look like? God damn it. No script. Yes, I'm 18 plus. Yeah, this is the one I have. This is the Remington rifle I have in the 308.
Nice.
Yeah. It was kind of a pain in the ass though, because I had there's not really like a rail or anything to put to mount a scope and stuff, so I had to get the gunsmith to drill and install a fucking scope on it. And even then, when I got it in, I had to pretty much take it apart and like readjust it because it was all off kilter. Oh yeah, I've seen this here comment before. What's this about? Yada 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 yada. Oh ho ho ho. Okay, this looks funny. With Pride Month soon reaching an end, we believe it is time to announce the final part of the Pride event for Poke Rogue. Designed by yours truly, myself, this pair have been in development for over a month. They are currently in the final stages of design, and as part of finalizing them, we are going to be hosting a series of polls to decide on various parts of their appearance, hats, shirts, shoes, and so on. The new selectable character is named Ezra, blonde hair, and their rival Arlo, raven hair. Once the polls are done and their designs are finalized, there's going to be some time for things like dialogue to be completed and tested. Due to this, there will be a notable delay, but we have been excited to share all the work that's been put into making them feel they're staged to be ready for the grand reveal. You can find the first poll for Ezra and Arlo as bright polls in the next few minutes. The following are just some possibilities of how the designs could go. Ah, yes. The tranny NBs. Many such cases. Tell Moth to stop breathing so heavily into the mic that picks up and he pops. To be fair, I take heavy breaths before I go into a screed, so that might actually be me. I like 308. Yeah, when I was getting my rifle, it really came down to it was going to be either 30-06 or 308, and I just went with 308. Because honestly, the difference between the 308 and the 306 is just splitting hairs, and I think the deciding factor why I went with 308 is because it was the more current and more available ammunition. So it was just like, okay, easier for me to find. He wants a 308 so he can snipe nerds who go into his property. He doesn't understand self-defense law and his gun larping is funny as he's still no guns. This is true. People are already giving a trash react. No need to really do anything. Oh my god, it was discontinued years ago. Jesus Christ. First I've heard of this. But then again, Remington hasn't exactly been doing good for a long time now. At first, I thought Josh was trolling the gun dudes on the forums, but that 5 minutes into a horrible realization that he was serious set in. Yeah, that's fucking Josh in a nutshell. It's like, oh, he's serious. I was genuinely impressed with how bad his takes were. Yes, yes. Josh's takes on most things tend to be pretty bad. Hello, Uber. You're muted. There you go.
What's up?
Not much, you.
Nothing much. What about you, Moth? Are you still here?
We need to play bug noises to get his attention.
Ah, right. Or you could play a Junie stream.
That's probably what's getting his attention.
Yeah, sorry.
You're not obligated to be here, Moth. It's appreciated, but not required.
Yeah, I don't got anywhere else to be.
I mean, if he can, then why shouldn't he take the opportunity?
I know. My dumbass millennial brain can't comprehend the Zoomer brain and their ability to multitask multiple things at the same time.
There is no such thing as multitasking. There is only context switching.
I
Very
know this.
fast.
I know this. You know this. All the old farts know this. But I swear to God, the Zoomers have a deficiency in this distinction.
Well, technically, Zoomers count after 99, right? Or 990 or something, right? Or
Let's see, generations.
because people keep mixing up the terms and it just gets really confusing.
Okay, so the Zoomers is 1996 to 2015.
So that's most of us then.
Most of you.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad that millennials is 1977 to 1995 because I feel it should be more into the 80s because like I feel like 70s and lower should be Gen X, but Gen X is 1965 1976. And truth be told, a lot of my mentality and outlooks in life and everything, like me personally, I identify culturally more with Generation X than millennials. And also I hate the distinction of being a millennial with all the baggage that goes with it.
I saw FYT was in here earlier, but I guess he left.
Yeah, he came in to say hi, but then he decided to go make lunch.
Oh, I see.
Porian, actual video game shit. What if the murder troons were 5 plates stacked on top of each other? Like, what the fuck is this nigga on about? Delusional. Try to remember the context. My mind has already moved on. Sarcastic, self-hating, millennial.
Same, easy. Yep. Like, I think the older Zoomers don't want to be associated with Zoomers. So there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Zoomers option is to be identified with millennials, and that's not exactly a step up.
Well, it's better than being a Zoomer, being associated with Zoomers.
Porian, I'm a self-loving millennial. I know. I just like being on the older end of a millennials. Like when it comes to the generations, I do believe there should be like a upper, lower, and middle, like upper, middle, lower, like breakdowns and stuff. Like the older part of that generation, you know, a little more to the previous one. Middle is middle, and the younger being closer to the next one. That's the way I've found most people tend to kind of really work out. Like there's a lot of like millennials I really don't identify with, like in conversation and just outlook and all that jazz and stuff. And I've noticed that this year has gotten worse as time goes on because like I've noticed this with me and other millennials and stuff, but between the Zoomers, like there's a large schism between different levels of Zoomers. Like I noticed that like there's a hard distinction between you guys.
I mean, you can call us the iPad generation, but a lot of us didn't grow up with iPads.
This is true.
And thing is, it for future generation, it gets more and more difficult to actually keep them away from, the internet because of how dependent we've become on it and how much it's a part of daily life. You may as well, be something like a farmer.
Yeah. Easy, hard to associate yourself with iPad kids when you spent the first 12 years of your life barely touching the internet and just reading books all the time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The one thing I'm thankful about being a millennial is that I do remember distinctly pre-internet, adoption of internet, growth of internet, saturation of internet. I appreciate the before times.
Yeah, so does everyone. Like, it was just a new thing, and people didn't realize what else you could do with it.
Yeah, well, the couple of my friends that have kids and stuff, like I've had this conversation, like my friend and my godson and stuff, like talking about how he's raised his kids, and it's like, yeah, they get like extremely supervised internet access, and even then, they're not getting their own dedicated devices until they're like teenagers. Like him,
Yeah,
like him and his wife sees what they're doing when it comes to being on like the iPad and playing games and watching stuff.
yeah. I think ideally you'd want to wait until like the late teens or what do you call it, adulthood, and before they get like unrestricted access, because before that you could just keep it to like educational use, and even that's getting more and more difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I were to have kids, it'd be like pretty much out there. It'd be like it would be like pretty much late teens. It'd be like, okay, yeah, you're on your own at this point when it comes to the internet stuff. Here's my recommendation for you. Take it or leave it. But this is like strong recommendation what you really should do. But you're on your own at this point.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a very strong proponent of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Moth is playing Helldivers too. That's why. So that's why he's quit.
Well, he's been bouncing in between that game for most of today, as I've seen his little tag notification.
I mean, even yeah. I mean, they can't surf the web, but even then, that's still that's still a gamble you're taking because because anything goes on the internet, and they can easily see it.
I don't know, like if I were to have a kid, I would give them like a dumb phone, and I would hard like that's only for like calling and texting, like strictly just for that. And as far as a smartphone goes, I'd be like, yeah, you're not getting that until you're like pretty much ready to graduate high school. If you want to get a job and buy your own, fine. But getting it from me, no. Yeah, that's like the one concession. It's like, hey, if you're willing to work and make your own money and buy your own stuff, hey, all hail capitalism.
Yeah.
That was the low key reason why I did a lot of summer jobs in high school, just to get enough money and to get my own dedicated computer, just so I can get internet porn. I'm not kidding. That was like a major motivating factor. It's like I must get this internet porn, and I need my own computer, and so I did. It was
Web
great.
rings, yeah. Web ring. Yeah, I didn't experience this web rings. No.
I do remember anime web turnpike. Yeah.
Well,
The good
you
old
could
The good old days.
I don't know what you could do like a I forgot what you call those things. Like you can restrict the websites that you can actually visit. So
I don't.
as a security measure.
Yeah, I don't like. I like that parental controls are a thing. However, they are very, 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 very easily circumventable. So it's kind of just like,
Yeah.
Apparently, Lemon Whore is talking about guns.
I popped in and they were talking about something else. Let me see what they're talking about now.
AZ said they were talking about guns circa like 10 minutes ago, so it's probably something else at this point.
I mean, it's a woman talking. They switch topics like every 5 seconds. So
yeah, this is true. Thing is, kids learn really fast how to circumvent. Well, that's the thing.
why is that chat going stare, 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 stare?
I'm sure someone probably said a yab.
She said something retarded, I'm sure.
The stare shall continue until the yabs cease. Just block the popular social media sites on the router and you solve 90% of problems with kids' internet access. This is true.
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah.
But then again, you still have the school Wi-Fi. You have, if they ever visit a friend's house, public mall.
I don't know. It'd be one of those things. Well, it wouldn't be on my dime kind of thing. Also block Discord and make a little shit learn how to set up TeamSpeak server. Yes. Actually, a week or two ago, I looked into a lot of Discord alternatives in case the server ever gets showed and stuff. So there are effectively Discord alternatives available and stuff. So it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, AZ, I think you can block it by IP address. Like you could. I don't know if how many servers allow you to do this, but I think you can block certain websites for certain MAC addresses.
There are ways of doing things. It's just the how much you're willing to put in the effort to do them. The not on my dime stuff doesn't work. You just push them out of your control zone. I know. There's no quick and dirty way to win this argument. Mumble greater than TeamSpeak. I don't know. I haven't used TeamSpeak in years, and I don't think I've ever used Mumble.
Yeah, that as well.
It has a machine. You can block it for specific Ethernet port and router as well. Yeah, this is a lot of tech stuff. If I were to actually implement it, I'd have to look it up, but thankfully I don't have kids, so not to worry.
You can tell other people how to raise kids.
I don't want to tell other people how to raise their kids. I can only opine on how I would raise mine. That is the distinction I would like to make. What the fuck? Costco to build 800 unit apartment complex in South Los Angeles.
Mods, mic. Yeah, I do hear some popping.
Yeah, it's my mic. It's my not my mic. My fan. It sometimes picks it up slightly. Sorry.
It's popping off for real, for real.
under. Wait, if I. Yeah, it is the fan. Okay, just making sure.
No, I have a base. I have a baseline.
Maybe I can adjust my little wire thing there. Maybe that.
My words fail me. Noise gate. I have a baseline. I have a baseline noise gate for the chat audio channel and stuff. But you can. I'm pretty sure you can put a noise gate on for Discord. You yourself.
I think there is.
In Discord itself, I don't think
There
so.
is. It's automatically detect input sensitivity.
I think
something automatic German input sensitive. I think it's that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I think
that's input sensitivity.
Is that still detecting? Let's see.
We'll let you know in chat. I'm sure the guys in chat will as well.
if I can be completely honest, I've never really noticed.
It is. Okay, let me turn it a little more.
Surprised it's not Amazon making pod apartments. I know, right? Oh, this is funny. The Arab League has removed Hezbollah from its list of designated terrorist organizations.
That's weird.
I find this funny. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I wish I knew what that was.
Hezbollah is Yemen, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Well,
They're one of the contenders for.
Let me look it up. Lebanese. Okay.
Lebanon, never mind.
Whatever. I'm sure either Iraq or Iran are funding them either way.
The Houthis are in Yemen.
Houthis are Yemen, yes. No,
but there's also two other. There's like the Yemen government, the Houthis, and then there's someone else. It's like a three-way thing. It's like a war for who's in charge. Great, there it is.
Glass Crater 2024. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Ideally.
Did you see the Houthi sick music vid? I took a peek at it and stuff. It was I thought it was stupid. Yeah, it's just me. Oh my god, I really want to look. I'm almost stupid enough to actually look into this Josh gun spurging stuff. It's like fucking 4 plates. It's like fuck off.
First world problem. Can't relate.
Level 4 armor tune and Bay wake up, new Targon boss just dropped. God damn it, AC. Oh fuck. Yeah, I almost forgot. A-Chan's graduating.
Yeah.
I guess not have much to talk about.
Yeah, I'm just browsing the internet as I am wont to do until I come across a topic prompt.
Come on, guys, give us things to talk about.
I know. Again, it's like, hey, sales pitch. Treat the stream as a chat GPT. Put in the inputs.
Yeah, I don't want like I've said this multiple time, but I don't watch all of it. But yeah, I'm aware that 8chan has been like a huge part of getting Hololive to where it is now.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, Achan does a lot of behind the scenes stuff. She's like she is to the office as Fubuki is to the streamers. It's kind of like that pillar.
Mm. Well, I hope that it doesn't affect them negatively going forward.
At this point, I would like to think that Hololive has enough of a support structure that the operations are just chugging along on their own at this point, as opposed to like one or two like keystones.
Yeah, I guess that because I think like they've opened offices in the U.S. They're expanding, opening new studios, all that stuff.
What? Okay, goddamn point. Watch Joel use the Sonder command estrogen as the excuse not to move back to US yet again, when we all know it's really his luxury cheese addiction that Shart will never be able to satisfy. God damn it. Shit. Again, I'll say I've said this before and I'll say it again. I like what Josh does and represents and stuff, but the man himself is a fucking spurg.
Yeah, I don't like Josh's Matisse stuff. I mean, I used to watch it a little bit and then just like, yeah, I like as I said for other Clan War stuff, it just constantly listening to it over and over again. It's not good, man.
Well, my thing specifically with Josh is that there's only so many. I can only watch a man have a midlife crisis so many times, and he has a midlife crisis every few months. It gets old after a while. It's like, okay, you're fucking dead. I don't have time for this.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? He's been broken by so much.
Oh, I know. It's like no, I get it. Like I understand, I get it and stuff, but I don't have to put up with that kind of thing.
Yep.
I feel kind of bad. Much like how I used to watch Comrade Dell, and I felt kind of bad having a higher CCV than him, even though he's been at the game longer than me. This Saturn Senshi VTuber I found off of Odyssey, and I've watched a few of her streams and stuff, and she's okay. She's a typical like small time streamer and stuff, but it's kind of funny. Well, not really funny, but I feel bad seeing someone like this who's been at the game longer than me have only like 4 people watching right now, as opposed to like I'm puttering around 40. Feels weird. In that I'm put.
Well, how many views does she get on Odyssey?
Actually, that's a good point. Kind of curious.
Because it's different platform and different viewer base.
Following. Okay, let's see. So, just look at her.
Yeah, exactly. Easy. Who goes to Odyssey just to look for Chubas?
Well, I wasn't going to Odyssey. She just came up in my recommendation one time and stuff. I was like, oh, neat. Kind of thing. Yeah, like her YouTube is like, let's see, last one was like 45 views, 14 views, 18 views. Her lives, 425. Ooh, she had 100. She had 100 on the.
Well, she is on YT.
Yeah.
Basically.
But looking at the Odyssey numbers, 1, nothing, 1, 1, nothing, nothing, 1, 2. Like this, like the contrast between Odyssey and the fucking YouTube. It's there. But then again, I still like being able to play fast and loose as opposed to having to mind everything. Again, I'm surprised I lasted as long as I did on YouTube before I started getting strikes. It was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, that's why I just stick to gaming. That's the safest thing you can do.
I don't want to be safe. I want to hang out and chill.
Well, if
And
you put yourself out there, you have to live by their rules.
I know, but doesn't mean I have to like it or actually deal with it. Here's the thing, everyone's heard the free speech argument like a million times over, so I'm not going to reiterate and stuff, but like I'm perfectly willing to deal with all and stuff. But like, for example, like on Discord, like I have the baseline filters just because it can get showed easily. Like all it would take is like one report of like even like the fucking like my Hail Hitler emote. That there could probably get the server nuked like instantly, but I don't give a shit. until the day comes. It's weird when you get used to swearing and slurring out in the edge face chats, and then you have to stop yourself from dropping an N or R-bomb in your Oshi's chat at YouTube. Well, that's kind of the thing. Like that one time I was on Cypher's Minecraft stream, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. I was like, oops. It's not like it wasn't like a Takodachi situation where he'll just say nigger to be an edgelord and cause ruckus. In my instance, it's kind of like, oops, I forgot.
Yeah, moth.
I don't say it I just say it because I just kind of say it. It just ends up happening. It's a fun word to say.
No, my
Cypher's gonna lose his streaming career. It's gonna be because of you.
I don't know. My hard word to retire is retard, because that's the 90s vernacular that I grew up with. So retard's never going away. Shit like nigger or kike or faggot are easy enough to keep under wraps and stuff, but like retard is, I use the word retard like other people use the word fuck.
Maybe it's just because I was never really seriously reprimanded for using curse words. Like maybe when I was a kid, but then that quickly fell out. Like when I turned like 12 or something, my parents just kind of stopped caring with that. I don't know. Maybe it's also because like I've always had a very...
yeah, it doesn't for now, but you don't know when they could change their mind.
Well, it's one of like, okay, here's another thing why I like actually being on Odyssey. Odyssey, there's like really at the end of the day in Odyssey, there's no algorithm, there's no AI, there's no bots or anything, there's no automatic shit. It's like almost like zero presence for development or monitoring staff, and none of it's automated. So yeah, like you said before, someone like, for example, if someone were to report the person dick flashbang earlier, then yeah, okay, whatever and stuff. But
oh wow, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, but at least there's no like AI bot trolling the stream and saying like, okay, this here is going to get showed. But just to add context for Uber, so I was looking at Twitter earlier, and I was looking at person person's feed because he was the topic of conversation the instant I was scrolling through his feed, and he has porn of himself on his Twitter. So I was just like, okay, flashbang.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Yeah, of course he does. So it's just like,
Flashbanged.
to be
He
fair,
needs a way to cope after his Oshi graduated.
that particular flashbang, it was his dick and balls was actually covered in cloth, but it was really tight cloth.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So
I
it
need
wasn't.
that description.
So in defense of the flashbang, there wasn't actually anything there, but you know, the argument could be made. Again, it's something that no one wants to see anyway, but yet it's there.
Yep. I mean, we already know it's kind of like that, so
Yeah.
I imagine he's gonna get worse.
Well, the reason why it came up in conversation was just like, I think he's a lunatic. Like on
You
our
think?
well, okay, no, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase that. I know he's a fucking lunatic and stuff, but there was poo pooing in the conversation of like, oh, he's not that bad. It's like, no, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I think he is. He has kind of admitted it in the server before as well.
Yeah, like I've seen multiple instances of like him either like gooning over something or just saying how much or like a lot of his fucked up stories and stuff. It was just like it's like you have to be touching the head to overshare like this stuff. It's like inner
I
voice,
mean,
man.
he was oversharing about his meds and gay sex in the thread, so anything goes, I guess, for him.
And the funny thing is that level of shit is always unprompted. It's like, okay, where did that come from?
It's out of nowhere. Hey, look, I have experience with men. I have experience with women too. Look at me, guys.
Yeah, and anytime the topic of meds comes up, it's like, yeah, I only really started being gay after I got put on the brain candy. It's like, funny how that works.
And also, how nice of him to tell us who his Oshi is. And now we can find him in the VODs of the streamers chat.
Well, he was coy about it for the longest time. It's like, no, I gotta protect her, man. I gotta protect. And it's like, okay, dude, whatever.
Growing that soundbite, what soundbite?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he isn't watching this.
Well, here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care about things being out on the open on my stream or on my Discord stuff. I really don't care. Like my precedence so far is like I've called like Proctor a fucking faggot to his face and stuff, and he doesn't do shit. And I treat person anyone else the same way. It's like, look, it's like if you come into the stream and it's like you're talking shit about me and I'm not there, well, come on here and defend yourself, faggot.
You know what? I should have that kind of mindset. Because honestly, backbiting is kind of like really lame. You won't actually do it face to face. That's real courage, you know?
Oh yeah.
Soshi, I'll type it out and actually, I'll just link the actual channel.
Yeah.
And it was someone that we have talked about on the forum before, surprisingly.
Real
So
man
if you
shit.
want to find out like if who he is in the chat, you can do that. I tried to give it a go yesterday. I found a name, but it was not him. It was someone else. And there are look for the most common names in the chat and try to cross-reference, see if you can find any accounts with the same name on other websites.
Porian, no, I mean the Uber quoting person made it sound like he was also an anal acrobat, and that was a soundbite.
Let me hear it back. I want to hear my voice again.
Adobe anal acrobat.
So yeah, fortunately, I lost interest. I wasn't able to find him out. But if anyone else wants to carry on, go ahead. The VODs are still there for now.
I don't know when it comes to person being a lol cow. I don't really think he's lol cow material in that he's just a legitimately schizophrenic person and stuff, but it's not entertaining. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's not about changes. I just wanted to know who he was and see if there's anything juicy.
Truth be told, I don't think. Okay, when it comes to juicy stuff in terms of him and stuff, I don't think he's held back on anything. I think anything that's out,
he's pretty open.
Yeah, anything that there is to know, he's probably said it and at some point in the gay court at this point and stuff. I don't think there's any secrets left. I think he went mask off very early.
But I'm surprised he's been able to last this long.
Well, to be fair, there's not exactly been any real quality control over in the gay court for a while now at this point. So I think my personal hypothesis is I think that person, due to the quality of the gay court going to shit, I believe that person believes that he's in good company, and that's why he's kind of gone full mask off.
Has the gay court gone to shit? Ew, he ain't different to me.
See, I mean, I think the line, like, just right now, the line is drawn at making like people actually feel uncomfortable, because that's what they said for Spino as well. Like, if he would start going to the DMs of the girls, that's where they would draw the line. So I guess that's the line for now.
Well, that's like Proctor's line at this point and stuff. My line is different. My line is that you're going to be trouble. That's why I got rid of Taco. That's why I got rid of Fern. That's why I got rid of Jackie. That's why person's on my shit list right now.
No. Spino didn't get banned. We just, like, that's what the mod said the line was. Like, if he ever crossed that line, he's a goner. So far, he hasn't. Like, to be honest, Spino hasn't talked much recently. He's been keeping quiet. Like, he'll pop up occasionally, but he's well behaving for the most part.
Yeah, but people like Spino and the rest that I've said and stuff, like, the thing is, they are more trouble than they're worth. And I just don't want to entertain, like, the effort to maintaining, like, their little, like, I don't want to change the litter in their cage. I just rather not have them as pet at all.
Yeah, better not to deal with it at all.
Exactly. Like, that's my level of tolerance. It's like, if I have to clean up after you, I don't want to, so fuck off. Like, that's my mentality for it. Although Spino getting banned from the gay court would be funny. But even then, Spino's just one person. There's a fuck ton of people in the gay court that are trouble in waiting to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's all on the basis of the Bong wanting his fucking relevance. But this is just an old topic we beaten to death.
Yep.
I want new drama. I feel that the Bong is overdue for a spurg out, but I think we're gonna have to wait until August for the Vexpo to happen and stuff, and let the magic happen there.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, Sarkis. Like, where would he go and spurg out next?
I think he's kind of busy right now with real life and just general stuff at this point and stuff. And I think it's going to build up until the expo. And something
Spino, he's the guy. Like, I don't know too much about him, but I'm aware that he was a bit of a colorful person in Kirsch's community, and he really likes dinosaurs.
The TLDR on Spino is an autistic man who is into dinosaurs and kaiju, which is where he came to my attention, and he mostly posted Spurg shit on Kershey's Discord and stuff. But he's kind of like a mini Nolan. He kind of does that everywhere he's at. Actually, I do have a bunch of picture. I do have a bunch of pictures saved of my favorite interaction with him. Let's see, where is it? Ah, there we go. Spino 125. Open. I posted this series of pictures before and stuff, but this was my interaction with Spino on Kershey's Discord, and man, I had so much fun with this. I don't think I ever laughed that hard when it came to fucking around with someone. actual effort went into this troll post. I'll just dictate it to anyone who's listening. Spinosaurian, Zenlar, you fellow Godzilla fan, what's your favorite kaiju? Him pointing to me with the Madagascar penguin. Me, Dragonite. Me as a Pokemon trainer. Spino, the fuck. Me, a gif of a dancing Dragonite and Charizard. Spino.
You're so
Okay.
fetish. You track kaiju fetishes. Hashtag roast. I mean,
Spino.
I keep hearing. Oh, sorry.
I'm still going. Spinosaurian. Okay, then what's your favorite pseudo legendary Pokemon? Me, Dragonite. Spino. For real though, who's your favorite Godzilla kaiju? All right, you got me. Hydreigon. Spino. Tyranitar greater than Dragonite. And that was my exchange with Spino at the time, but he'll go off on anyone with that level of shit. Cares so
socializing increased to 1.
Yeah, the trick is not to give them attention, but I was feeling cheeky at that time. Cares so fast you attract the kaiju fetishes. Hashtag roasted. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, I keep seeing people mention that she's fat, but is that just a meme, or there's actually some truth to it?
Her old face stock is that she's chubby.
Yeah, I saw that old one, but like nowadays, does it still hold up?
It doesn't matter if it still holds up. The meme is there.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's the rationale. Like, she could lose all the weight in the world, but the joke is there until she face stalks herself again. Even then, it's probably going to stick around anyway, because everyone knows that's like a red button for her.
Yeah, I've also seen people mention that when she's done hand cams, like people point out that her wrists are quite wide as well.
Yep. Yeah, people have done that. I don't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm a chubby chaser, but in terms of Kershey and stuff, like Kershey did the cardinal sin on the internet, and that she broadcasted to the internet what will actually get her goat, and that's what you do not do. Also, if it makes her fans angry, it keeps being fun to say. Yep, that's also another thing. There are 3 new messages in narco lockup.
Yeah, they're still going on about the guns. They don't care about.
Well, they
dropped some of his lore.
Yeah, they're also still talking about the Pippa thread is going to die in the vine. Oh no. Pippa
Actually,
thread.
why don't you get Faceless in here? He's generally always pretty chill.
Get who? What?
Faceless.
Is he not on the server?
No, he's not. Like, I thought he was already in, but I guess he's not.
Huh. Oh. Okay. I don't like doing anything in Discord browser. Where's my Discord window?
And I know for a fact this one is safe because I know Faceless. He's a nice guy.
Okay, I shot him an invite. See if he picks up on it.
Like he joins a lot of VTuber servers, so I imagine he'll join yours as well.
Yeah, I sent out a bunch of invites the other day, and fucking Cypher was the only one. The Cypher Prime was the only one who actually answered. It's getting out of hand. There's two of them.
Yeah, that's why I posted that Logan GIF. I'd say Faceless is probably like out of our group. He's probably the most social because he always goes out to meet people and take pictures and all that. He goes conventions. And Indonesians are generally like really chill people.
It's Cypher Digger. God damn it, AZ.
You thought I was the same as. Oh my god, dude. You thought I was that guy for 5 months?
You've been gravely insulted that you were compared to a black man. I see how it is.
I mean, yeah, we have similar interests, but come on, man.
Was the thread actually locked down? I actually want to see this for myself. Not open to further replies. It got shut down. But this in proving
I don't keep
grounds.
up
Don't
with
ask
the.
don't ask people to write OPs for you. You're a colossal retard. got
Yeah, I don't keep up with the caps burglary.
Yeah, I'm a casual at this point.
So same guy changing names all the time, and since Simpfer is schizo, okay, yeah, it's a good thing I'm not schizo.
That we know of.
I intend to keep it that way.
You're just an FPS Berg. That's all I know.
That's the thing. I don't want to be known as the FPS player. I do play other kinds of games too. That's why I'm trying to branch out on my channel as well. Like I have played other games before.
Well, prove it. Stream them.
Yeah, I have. Like you just go through my playlist, you'll see a lot more of non-FPS games nowadays. Not even nowadays, like a long time ago.
Well, that's the rub. Is that all the recent ones I've actually watched you play were FPSs.
Yeah, the next 3 games I have planned are not FPSs strictly. Star Wars. Actually, that's the thing. I've never streamed a Star Wars game. Go through the playlist because there's like a lot of videos.
Okay, well, the first one I saw was Free Space.
Dragon's Dogma, that's in Discord though. We're talking about the channel. In Discord, I can stream anything.
Halo Wars. And true.
I mean, Dishonored is first person, but it's a stealth game. And
okay, I'm gonna go away from
Empire
FPS.
War, yeah, but that's Discord. That's not on the channel.
Okay, I'm just focusing FPSs. So Intrusion's a side scroller shooter, so that's fine. Last Stand, yeah, it's kind of like side scrolling shooter. So that's fine.
And that was great. Those Flash games. I'm so glad they added it to Steam. I should add more of them. Oh great, your stream's lagging now. Shit.
I'm seeing green, so that's on Odyssey's end.
That's the thing. There are no quality settings on your videos. There's only 1080p.
There
So
shouldn't even be 1080p because I only stream in 720.
I don't know. Odyssey.
No, like specifically, like I only stream in 720. Like this is a hard thing out of Odyssey. Like I specifically not Odyssey OBS. My window is 10 920 and stuff, but my output video resolution is 720 because I am very conscious about my bandwidth.
I see.
Okay, you were a good boy. You played Planescape. Good.
Yeah, I got the RPG bundle from Humble Bundle and I wanted to try them out. So I started with Planescape. Oh boy, Kingdom Come. Man, I just tuned out the game so hard. Like, I couldn't get into it.
I don't know. I only follow Kingdom Come over all the drams,
The what?
the drama.
I think it'll fade out. When the game comes out, people are gonna love it and no one will raise a fuss
What, are
about it.
people bitching again about how they're not having a female protagonist?
No diversity or something like that.
Yeah, it's set in, like... Never mind, this was already a controversy that happened before. There's no point in discussing it with people anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Well, my thing with Kingdom Come is that most of the poo poos I've heard about it and stuff is just because it's like, ooh, it's the white supremacist game. Being a medieval European game, of course, it's going to be mostly white. What the fuck are you talking about? Kind of thing.
I heard there was a mod for Kingdom Come that removed the limited saves. I should get back into that one day. I've been thinking about going back to the game, but I have so much else on my plate that I want to play through. A lot of RPGs.
Very few white people in Kingdom Come, as they are 90% Slavs.
What is this?
Is this a developer?
I think the last thing I did in the game was like a side quest where you fight a guy or you spar with a guy and then you beat his ass. And there was one where you had to pickpocket a granny, and I think that's the one. That's where I stopped.
I like this developer guy that, or just even this guy, the fucking sarcastic posts and stuff. I like all these posts. it's like yes, Mister Black American, tell me about my history, my culture, and my history. Yes, please educate me. Good times.
Hmm.
What the? I need to get me a sniper rifle and launch a bunch of Ritalin at the Wiki Dog. It's like, I need to report.
Empty open world, lots of reading back travel. Empty open world, yeah, that's the problem with Dragon's Dogma as well. It is an empty open world. Like the good parts are really good, but there's so much downtime in that game. But thankfully, it gets a lot better in the end game. And the game is the meme about the fast travel thing. So you have to be very specific, like very careful about where you place your port crystals.
So, is there a currency / resource in terms of quick travel?
In the original version, there was a limited number of there was an item you could use to fast travel, and you had to buy that. In the updated version, they added one where it just works infinitely.
Yeah, that's because I've always been a fan of putting a currency or a resource on fast travel. Like for example, Diablo 2 back in the day, you had Town Portal and stuff, and that's it got handed out like candy and stuff. But even still, there was there aspect to it. Like, and as a point of comparison, Grim Dawn, that's just a baseline ability. It doesn't cost you anything. It's like, ooh, Town Portal. It's like, it loses a little something if you just make it willy nilly.
Yeah, but even then, like the director said that he doesn't like fast travel, so that's why he wants you to go through the entire thing.
And this is an outlook I agree with.
Yeah, but you have to put things in your world so that you have stuff to do along the way. Otherwise, it's just downtime. Yeah, so I hope that the next Kingdom Come doesn't have to like appeal to the woke because they don't need that victory. So I see Porin would like to join us.
And I'm busy looking at other stuff on the gate cords.
Hello.
You can hear me. You can hear me, right?
Can hear you. Can I hear that soundbite, please? I want to hear my beautiful voice.
I'll have to do it later because like I have to extract the audio from the video, and apparently I have to do some bullshit in DaVinci Resolve. I had to call in because you were talking about Dragon's Dogma, and like the big problem with Dragon's Dogma, as you say, is the empty open world. But I bet when you played it, you could see like, oh, there could be something here. There could be something here. Why isn't there something here? Well, that's because
that's why I like the Dark Arisen.
Yeah, because that's like the problem. The entire game should be as packed as Dark Arisen, because Dark Arisen was the part that they actually got to finish. Because I don't know if you've ever seen like the leaked design document for Dragon's Dogma.
No,
like it is
not aware.
Crazy how much more there was supposed to be in the game. Like there was supposed to be, you know how there's like there's the starting village, there's Grand Soren, and there's basically no other towns. There's only those like little fortifications, like the soldiers' camps. Like there was supposed to be a dwarven city in the mountains. There was supposed to be an elf city in the forest. There was supposed to be a desert city with cat people. You were supposed to go to the moon to fight lizards in the end game.
So is that why there are cat people in 2?
Yep, exactly. Like the 2 is also like really sad to play because you can just feel like, oh, they got shafted again. Like it's the same shit.
Sucks. I was thinking that they would have improved a lot of things, but I heard that like I followed the video games thread, right, that we have, and I don't know who it was. Someone said in there that he wouldn't recommend it over the first game. So I was actually looking forward to it.
Yeah. I played it at a friend's house because I was like hyped for years for Dragon's Dogma 2, but I did make sure to temper my expectations because I got the distinct feeling that like I got that feeling like, oh yeah, this is gonna get fucked over again. And like Dragon's Dogma 2 is legitimately worse because you have one big city that no PC in the world can run because it's so poorly optimized, and then there's like 5 enemy types. So it's actually worse than Dragon's Dogma 1 because at least in Dragon's Dogma you have fun enemies to fight. You don't even have that in Dragon's Dogma 2. So like I really feel you when you say like, oh, the open world is empty. You can really tell like how you have to place the teleportation crystals yourself. Like that's like, I think that's a great mechanic because it means like, oh, you have, without Dark Arisen, I think you have 5. So you have to really think about like where do you want to travel all the time? Like, okay, you want to place one of outside of.
Yeah, the thing was Dark Arisen. Like even with Dark Arisen, like before New Game Plus, you only get like 5 port crystals throughout the game.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
5
That's
more in New Game Plus. Like you can buy it from the vendor, right?
yeah. I
'Cause I
think
haven't
there's
done New
like
Game Plus yet.
you can buy like you can buy them with like a fucking Rift coin or whatever. You can buy like 2 extra.
Actually, I think I might finish the game tomorrow because today I just literally just want to get all my stuff fully upgraded. So
Main game or Dark Arisen.
Dark Arisen. So I
Okay.
got everything Dragon Forged, everything up to gold, Dragon Forged.
Did you kill the Reaper?
I did twice. Once I actually knocked him over into the waterfall.
Yeah, that is
accidentally.
the classic way to kill him.
But the second time I just did an endurance. He would keep spawning in the same place for some reason. Like you go back and you come and you return and he's right there again, even though you take out one of his health bars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, he's that like fucking. He's an old ass like. I think death being like almost unkillable and appearing after a set amount of time is even like a wizardry reference.
I don't
because
think it's even time. It's just like anywhere.
No, he is timed. He is timed somehow, and I think he's also tied to like killing enemies because their corpse rot and everything. I think.
Yeah,
that
I did try it with. Yeah, I did try it with bait meat. Like I want to get an ogre, and he spawned instead. And then when I kept coming back, reloading the area, so I could place it again, he would spawn without the meat. So it's very strange.
Yeah, do you ever play Persona games?
No, I'm not a JRPG guy.
Because they have the exact same mechanic with death appearing.
What do you even use his materials for? Like I know he dropped some shards.
I think it's one of the weapons that are in the rooms that you can open in Dark Arisen, in like the lizard filled room with like a dragon in the middle after you defeated the beholder. Because you get like what, you get like 2 free door openers, and people always take like the unquenchable torch or the cape that makes you dry permanently, so you never have to relight your torch.
The only Persona game I ever played was the one that came out on the PlayStation.
Did you ever watch the Shin Megami Tensei OVA?
I think I did, but I can't remember because it was my roommate who was watching it, and I was kind of just like half paying attention to it.
Because it's kind of fucking awesome, honestly. What is it called? Yeah. It's called like Doom Metropolis or something, I think.
Yeah, well, I just remember the PlayStation 1 release of Persona, because like I learned after the fact there was a shit ton, and I mean a shit ton of fucking censoring and editing and editing into it.
Yeah, fucking race swapping. Very infamous for making one guy a black dude in fucking old Persona.
Yeah, and a bunch of and I think it was a one guy translation too, Xenogears and stuff. So it was kind of a dodgy translation on top of that.
Here's the Shin Megami Tensei OVA. Like, just look at that fucking cover, and you know that is like the baddest shit ever made. Like, fucking look at it. It's so fucking good. I love it.
Yes. The good days.
I remember those days of OVAs. I think the difference between, was it the 70s and 80s? Like when the financial thing, financial crisis happened in the 90s, right? For Japan.
Really late 80s, early 90s.
80s. Yeah, so the 80s had all these OVAs, and when you compare them to the OVAs in the 90s, you could clearly tell about the budget that they had.
Yeah. I mean, it was essentially, sometimes you just got an endless budget, which is kind of insane that a company will go like, oh, what should we invest in? Oh, anime.
Well, like I just remember a lot of like the mid late 80s like anime OVs like fucking Bubblegum Crisis, Demon City, Shinjuku, Cyber City ODO. Like those things were fucking gorgeous. I mean, like gorgeous.
Just because like I'm playing Elden Ring right now, it's really funny that like one of the voice actors from Dark Souls, the Dark Souls series, a lot of them worked on Cyber City Audio because apparently FromSoft hired like the same theater company to dub their games. So like Solaire
they
is
always get
yeah.
British actors for their games, the European
Yeah,
actors.
So Solaire in Dark Souls is the like the sort of fruity David Bowie looking vampire hunter who delivers the undefeatable line like, "You wouldn't recognize a vampire if one jumped up and bitch at the end of your fucking
I know
day.
that one.
Just get lost." That is
The
fucking
Europeans
Solaire
try
for
to
Dark
do-
Souls 1.
Europeans try to do American accents.
Yeah, have you ever seen Mad Bull 34?
Yeah, that thing is a thing of beauty.
That is so fucking funny. Everyone is British and trying to be New Yorkers as well. So that is like one hell of goes, dice the burrow.
Wasn't it that company? There was a company that dubbed OVAs.
Yeah, manga entertainment.
Manga Trip, yeah, that's the one.
And they were like responsible for all the OVA imports being sex and blood OVAs because they knew what was going to sell.
Well, a funny thing with a lot of English, like a lot of like 80s to early 90s English translations for anime and stuff, a shit ton of that was either out of Vancouver or Toronto. So a lot of those voice actors are Canadians.
Yeah, that's one that there's one of those like really popular ones that were on TV. Inuyasha. Inuyasha is all Canadians, I think.
Oh God.
And also all the video games for a while, like the Mega Man Legends are really like, oh, Mega Man, eh? Oh, it's you, Mega Man. There's like one guy in those, I think it's like the older brother of Tronbon, who sometimes like slips into complete Canadianisms. Like you can really hear that he's Canadian.
I think I've seen a few clips of that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm in the mood. I have a few streams and VODs lined up to watch probably tomorrow or later this afternoon before gym streams. But man, I'm really in the mood to watch a bunch of those old OVAs now because fuck, it's been a while since it's been a hot minute since I've seen a bunch of them.
Yeah, I watch a lot of old OVAs because like I watch anime a lot for like pure animation quality.
Mm-hmm.
And the old OVAs and like the anime movies as well like are pretty goddamn unbeatable when it comes to animation quality. So I really love the old ones, and I mean there's so many of them, and even like the obscure ones are actually really good. And a lot of them are available for the first time now that like laserdisc ripping has started to become like basically perfected. So there's like really good rips because like laserdisc is a step above DVD quality. So that's like so fucking good. It's so nice to see them like properly respected. And also there's a lot of fucking film scanning. It seems like a lot of people have like started to realize, oh shit, you can buy like a fucking 8mm or like a 16mm, even 32mm film reel from like Japanese Yahoo for not that much money. So there's some OVAs have been scanned in like 32mm, and it's like you don't even have to upscale that. You could like rip that video file into 4K, no problems. The real resolution is something ridiculous, like 8K.
This is a problem with a lot of how do I phrase this? This is a problem with like a lot of younger people who are kind of used to like digital mediums and stuff, and it's like, oh, the quality is like, old quality is old. It's like, no. Film quality, if you were to convert it into digital, a lot of film you're looking at like not even like 4K, you're looking at like 8, 10, 12K. Okay, like digital formats aren't capable of doing old film, like the high quality, like the good film, not like the cheap Super 8 stuff, but like the good film quality and stuff. Like they're like home media, like home like TV screens and stuff right now, and like digital bandwidth and stuff is not capable yet of transferring perfectly that really old stuff, because that old stuff is like super duper quadruple, like huge resolutions.
Yeah, like I mean, look at like even like some old B movie. like some Ed Wood stuff. Like that was supposed to be watched at like a drive-in theater, and you have to be able to see that clearly even from the back row. Like that is an enormous resolution that stuff is running in.
Yeah.
The B movie? God.
No, for fuck's sake, Muff.
I thought you said the B movie. Did you not?
Do you know what a B movie is?
Oh, you said B movie. I thought you said the B movie, and I was like, oh
God,
God.
I'm glad you're not that young. I would have actually gotten worried if like the term B movie had become completely forgotten.
No, I know what a B movie is.
Do you know what a B side is?
It's usually when you have to flip a disc for a game, isn't it?
It's actually a term for like when singles were released on extended play discs. You had to flip it upside down. But yeah, you're right. There is a way to use B side. I had to check. I had to do a zoomer check there.
I know what those are. I've had to use one before.
Well, truth be told, the concept of a B-side works for digital disc and also analog disc because the originally came from vinyls.
I had like a PS2 game that had the double switch.
Yeah, I mean, it was either that or fucking Final Fantasy VII with like 5 discs.
Did it really have 5 discs?
It was 4 or 5.
I think it was 4.
Jesus.
Because like even fucking Xbox era, Dead Space 2 were 2 discs.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Not.
Yeah. You had to switch in the middle. You had to switch discs.
Maybe it was. I genuinely don't remember.
I mean, okay. Give me like a minute.
I might have had the digital version of it. I don't remember.
I just find it kind of funny because I remember the transition from VHS to DVD, and the early edition DVDs were double-sided and not dual-layered because dual-layered hadn't been invented yet.
I do remember when DVDs started becoming popular, so there's that.
Okay,
I remember those VHS tapes.
Let's see if this is audible. Could you hear that?
I heard a noise.
My microphone's actually too good at not picking up voices because I'm trying to show off a disc sound here, but it doesn't work. There is 2 discs in here.
I heard something, but
I have my Dead Space 2 here.
Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs.
My mic it's too sensitive and can pick up everything, and that's why I have to rely on external noise suppression.
Dude, I can redeem my online pass for Dead Space 2.
Whoa!
I bet.
Wait, is it which console? The PS3?
Xbox 360.
Wait, the DLC for Dead Space 2, isn't it only on console or something?
Oh, this is the multiplayer stuff.
No, it's on all
actually.
of it.
Because this was when they tried to kill used games. So you had to activate multiplayer with a code.
Oh yeah, I remember that as well.
Oh, and there's a commercial for Bulletstorm in here. That was a video game one could play.
Yeah, people can fly.
Platypus. Beautiful.
So I shoved my
poor PCF. I was getting screwed over. Square Enix.
I mean, Square Enix is Square Enix, unfortunately.
I feel like PCF might shut down sooner or later because they didn't get Outriders sale data properly. I think they still don't know how much it sold.
I think the remake did.
Oh my god, the Wikipedia page. While the game reached over 3.5 million players by May 2021, it's unclear if it was a commercial success because of Square Enix and People Can Fly releasing different statements on the game's commercial performance.
Which I don't understand because it can't have been like that expensive of a title. Like honestly,
exactly. I think it did fairly well.
It must have, because People Can Fly. Like the only thing they did was Painkiller beforehand, which great game, shit sequels, some of the worst sequels in video games.
Yeah, Painkiller is pretty fun.
I'm just laughing that they don't have enough internal metrics to confirm or deny one way or the other their
I
sales
think
numbers.
Phoenix knows, but they're being cogs about it.
Yeah,
No,
Square Enix is kind of infamous for like setting unrealistic goals. Because we actually talked with Uber and I think Asul just a couple of days ago about like how Square Enix thought that 3 million copies for the Tomb Raider remakes was like a failure.
Yeah, and also we have to remember Square Enix and by extension Sony and stuff. They could just be straight up incompetent some days.
Square Enix is a little less excusable than Sony because Sony is like 15 corporations occasionally working together, occasionally fighting each other with different divisions, have like completely different goals. Like the games part is completely worthless and stupid now because based in America, while like the cameras and the like audio equipment and stuff is still perfectly fine. It's all based in Japan.
Yeah,
so
but
you never know with Sony. Square Enix is just one big bowl of incompetency.
Yeah, but you have to remember Square Enix. Yeah, like what it says here, Square Enix is a holding company. There's multiple companies, like divisions beneath that. There, like before,
like
it was,
the one they shut down their whole fucking game divisions that made Forspoken.
Yep, I remember this.
They actually, I think they merged, like they shut down the studios separately and they merged them into
A regular Square Enix, because we're like they were kind of a high up team. They weren't a Square Enix team, but they were like a pretty big.
Yeah, I'm seeing here in May 1st, 2022, Square Enix announced it would sell several assets of subsidiary Square Enix Limited to Swedish games holding company Embracer Group for 300 million. Includes studios Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal. IPs Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain, Thief, and Tomb Raider. Rights to over 50 games. Yeah, so that was a big thing.
I will never forgive Square Enix for like holding on to Deus Ex for so long, making like 2 okay games, but then just not doing anything, and also like declaring that the fucking Human Revolution games, like Human Revolution and the sequel, were failures when they were both like extremely big titles.
Yeah,
so
I heard good things about them, but I
think they're bad. I genuinely think they're kind of like not bad, like quite middling, and they really suffer from being designed in like late 2000s, early 2010s shit with like press X to be cool, blah blah blah, and they kind of do a disservice to Deus Ex 1, but Deus Ex 1 is so goddamn good that it's impossible to follow up.
Yeah, we will never ever get a game like Deus Ex 1 again.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
I think God, never.
Yeah, it was kind of a mistake to set it before Deus Ex as well, I think. Because the aesthetic clashes extremely with Deus Ex 1 when Deus Ex Human Revolution like feels like it's set 50 years after Deus Ex 1, purely aesthetically. So I don't know.
They already made a Deus Ex sequel and it wasn't as good.
Yeah, Invisible War sucks shit.
And I heard Mankind Divided was kind of unfinished as well. Felt unfinished.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know. It felt really finished, but I don't know, the ending felt a bit rushed. But it was one of those like click button to get ending. Your choices beforehand did nothing, but the same thing was true for Deus Ex 1. So I can't really. It was almost like a reference, I guess. You just press button.
Mass Effect 3 and its consequences on the video game industry.
I think Human Revolution was before.
Human Revolution came out before it, though.
Because Human Revolution was like 2008.
Yeah, 11 and 3, Mass Effect 3. No, Human Revolution was 11 and Mass Effect 3 was the year after that.
Yeah. I don't know, but Mass Effect 3 is the go-to like example. Like this is the line where it's drawn.
I was kind of glad that Mass Effect 3 sucked shit because I finally got support for saying that BioWare is a bad company after that.
But the BioWare is one of the sad instances where they were good at a point, but then you very quickly realize, okay, this is where it started going sour.
Many such cases.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've enjoyed a BioWare game except for Jade Empire.
I never touched Mass Effect ever, so.
Okay, I love the Dragon Age
Empire.
1 and the Mass Effect 1, but I think Jade Empire might be my favorite.
Oh, and the only Dragon
Isn't
Age
that
game
owned
I've
by
played-
Ubisoft?
I think you might be thinking of Black and White because the main protagonist is named Jade.
No, not because of that. Jade Empire. I know which game you're talking about, but
I have no idea. BioWare developed it. It might be owned by Ubisoft. They haven't done anything with it in like 2005.
Okay,
well, I guess I must be mistaking it for something else.
Okay, I think my cutoff is Mass Effect 2 because Dragon Age Origins, like the first Dragon Age was good. I like Mass Effect 2, and then Dragon Age 2 and onwards is where the drop off is for me.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2 was a real disappointment.
You only
For
play
me-
Andromeda? Well, my condolences, Cypher.
Also,
If you wanna play-
Jade Empire is Microsoft Game Studios.
Yeah, I got confused there. So if you want to play good BioWare games, Cypher, you have to go to the really old school one, and you have to be into those old school games to begin with. But I
Yeah,
imagine you're not into those.
You have to buy a physical Xbox because Jade Empire is on Steam actually, so you don't have to buy an Xbox. Yeah, you can just buy Jade Empire, Cypher. It's 75% off.
If you want to get into the good old stuff of BioWare, just go from Baldur's Gate 1 all the way to Dragon Age 1.
I think I think BioWare is like selling pretty heavily discounted this Steam sale because Jade Empire is €3, so it should be $3.
Okay, like
Yeah.
I'll defend Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2, it was the last instance where they introduced a bunch of new stuff, but it's also where they started dropping shit and stuff. Like for example, like my main problem with the Mass Effect series, okay, there's a lot of problems, but my big one story wise is that they introduced that there was going to be like a dark matter, like the dark matter storyline and stuff of why things are the way they are and stuff. And they led right up to it in Mass Effect 2, and then they immediately dropped it towards the end of Mass Effect 2 and it was long gone by the time Mass Effect 3 came along. Like that whole the dark matter plotline, fuck, that's where they screwed up.
Oh, interesting. BioWare's very first game was a mech game.
Yeah, BioWare has done a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, most of it is bad, IMO, but
well, they got all the good D&D stuff. Like they got the Baldur's Gate, the Neverwinter Nights.
I never liked the old Baldur's Gates, actually. I never really liked them.
Yeah, I will agree that gameplay-wise, the Infinity Engine games have not aged very well.
Yeah, some of the writing was pretty good, but it also had like really like late 90s, early 2000s shit, like the guy with the space hamster. Like that is so fucking like holds up Spork, fucking random Penguin of Doom bullshit.
Yeah,
I like Minsk.
I'd say Neverwinter Nights aged much better.
Yeah, for sure. Neverwinter Nights probably aged the best.
Yeah, play that and the expansions, the 2 expansions. The modules like are up and down in quality.
The fucking that expansion that came in like 2014, that was complete garbage. I remember that one.
There were a bunch ones. So which one are you talking about? Like I can't pull up the list right now actually. Like the Shadows of Unrentide, that's good. Hordes of Underdark, really good, but I fell off like in chapter 3. I don't know. Chapter 2 was so good, and then chapter 3 just fell off for me.
Which one is we talking? Yeah, we're talking about
Hordes of the Underdark. That's the one where you go underground and you meet the drows.
Don't think I played that one.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good up to a point because chapter 3 had like so many puzzles and shit, and the final boss is like all this resistance bullshit. That's where you meet beholders as well.
I just find it kind of funny.
Yeah. The Beholder cult. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, you go around like convincing different cults to like not show up in the final battle. It's pretty epic, actually.
Yeah, and you meet the spoilers for Baldur's Gate, I guess. But when you meet the like guardians who don't remember what they're guarding anymore, and they're just all cranky old men, it's like, I wonder what god I've sworn myself to, but I can never leave here.
I just want to be
Yeah,
on
so-
record. Be on record that I agree with AZ on everything that he's saying with Mass Effect. I really do love the Mass. I really do love the Mass Effect stuff, but man,
What does he love about Mass Effect 2? Because Mass Effect 2 is such a fucking step down from Mass Effect 1. One thing I can give it is that, like, generally the planets you have to go to in Mass Effect 2 are better than Mass Effect 1. Like, because there's some areas that are really boring in Mass Effect 1, and Mass Effect 2 like has generally better like main story levels. But man, I hated that it became like a bad cover shooter, and you lost so many powers, and you lost like really OP weapon mods where you could have like a fucking assault rifle with 0 recoil and 0 spread, and basically no overheating. Like, I fucking love that.
well, I'm looking at it more from story characters and writing. I'm like, yeah, I'll agree with us here. Mass Effect 1 had the better gameplay, but I'm more Mass Effect 2 had the better story.
Which companions?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think there's a companion in the entirety of the Mass Effect trilogy. I don't think there's like a companion I didn't like.
Okay, because I can kind of agree, because Mass Effect 1 has the issue that I can't even remember her name. Like, that says something. Like, the bitchy woman and the gay guy with psychic powers. Like, they both sucked shit. Like, you never take.
Oh yeah, Ashley and Caden. Yeah,
you never take them along because they're so fucking boring. Like, the personalities of cardboard. Like, you never take those.
Yeah.
I did think everyone else was really interesting though, especially Krogan. The Krogan chief guy. I loved him. He was my favorite.
Yeah, I think Rex is probably my favorite character too.
Yeah, Shepard, Rex, Shepard, Rex.
And I like Rex as a character because he had the old man vibes. It's like, it's not. What's that? Is that club crap? I love him.
I was a little sad you couldn't recruit him in 2, but at least you got to hang out with him in both 2 and 3 if you kept him alive.
Yeah. I like Rex's storyline, especially once he became like the chief of the clans and stuff, and like the main mission in 3, the cure to genophage. I just like all the interactions with him and his brother and stuff. It was just like so nice.
Yeah, I kind of hated the yellow nerd guy in 3 who was from the nerd race, because he was like, we have to genocide the Krogans again. And I'm like, no, Rex is way cooler than you. Fuck off. And he like kills himself or tries to kill you if you don't sterilize them all again.
No, I don't know. I like Morden, and if you do the Paragon storyline, he actually does redeem himself and fix the genophage and actually sacrifices himself to do so. So thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm not like all for genocide, but like not the Krogans. They were cool.
Yeah. Actually, I think Morden might be my second favorite character after Rex.
Aren't they making a new Mass Effect now that's going to be set in the same like universe?
No, Andromeda failed so hard. I think the franchise.
No, Andromeda was like a separate galaxy or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, you go through like a gate to a different galaxy.
Yeah, but Andromeda killed the franchise. I've heard no talk of them going back to the Mass Effect
they are
franchise.
making a new one. They said so, but
I'm pretty sure they're developing one.
Are they?
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Like BioWare said they're making another one.
On 27th June 2023, BioWare announced that its Austin branch handed the Star Wars The Old Republic off to Broadsword Online Games to work on the next Dragon Age and Mass Effect installments with the Edmonton studio.
They're spelling out their death, but it was a long time coming anyway.
No.
And it's a shame that Thor is going to die as well, because
you can actually see them like falling to the wayside, because they had like 6 BioWare studios, and it's like BioWare Montreal was merged into EA's Motive Studio. BioWare San Francisco closed in 2013. BioWare Mythic closed 2014. Victory Games closed 2013. Waystone Games closed 2014. BioWare Sacramento closed 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of with AZ. I actually really do have a big soft spot for the Mass Effect franchise, and the funny thing is, I've never played a single of the games. All I ever did was watch playthroughs.
Wow.
I've done that for a few games myself.
I've done that for a lot of games over the years.
That's why I really like. I used to really like Danganronpa. I've never played a single one. I just watched all the playthroughs, watched the anime.
Yeah. Did you read the Something Awful Let's Play, Fred?
Something awful way.
Because that was the first time Danganronpa got introduced in the West, was that one guy translated Danganronpa in a Let's Play thread on Something Awful, and that ended up killing the forum
I was
eventually.
not aware about that. I read the
The
manga.
influx of Tumblr rights killed the entire forum.
I read the manga as well. There was a light novel that was like a prequel or something, and yeah.
Oh my god, Uber's a Fujo girl.
Fujo. I would kill myself if I was a Fujo.
You would be a Fudanshi, actually, if you were the male equivalent.
Okay there, Mr. Professor.
Man of Yaoi. Wow. I've done it for Danganronpa. I've done it for the Judgment games as well. Those are really good, story-wise.
Are those the shooters?
That's the Yakuza spin-off. Judgment.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking I thought you were talking like the Danganronpa.
Yeah, I was talking about like games I watched.
Oh yeah. Judgment, where you're that detective that got his voice and face actor got replaced because he smoked the weed.
No, that was someone. That was not the main character. That was like the main villain of not the main villain. The one of the major characters of the first game. He had his face replaced. I think the actor stayed the same. Just the face got changed. But yeah.
I mean, if it was the villain, wasn't it just fitting that it would smoke the weed?
Yeah, because the controversy happened after the first game came out, so I don't think they could go back and re-record all the lines. So I think all they did was change his face.
That's one hell of a patch note, like.
They changed it in time for the English release.
Yeah, I never played the Judgment games. I haven't played the spin-offs with the younger guy, Afro Man. I haven't.
Afro Man.
Yeah, I mean because he has an afro.
I know. I know.
But I heard it was so good. One thing I really love is that Yakuza finally has changed names to Like a Dragon in the West. That makes me so fucking happy because I hated that they weren't called the same thing. So now it's like, oh, it's finally correct. That's like
Didn't they do like a then they do a Resident Evil 7 where they called Like a Dragon 7 Yakuza or something like that?
Yeah.
Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon?
Yeah, I think the 7 has like a stupid name where it's like a Dragon, Gaiden, Infinite Wealth, Yakuza 7.
That's Lad 8, but they did the RE7 there. It's called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard or Biohazard 7 Resident Evil.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want them to be called Biohazard because Resident Evil is such a funny title because it's like super ESL. Like, what the fuck do you mean Resident Evil? Like, oh, the evil that resides. Works for like
it means a resident that's evil, man.
Oh yeah. But like it works for exactly one game, and that is the first game because you're in a big mansion, a residence of evil, if you will. But then it doesn't work at all for a residence. It's like a really funny, stupid title.
I just find it kind of funny because it was the reason why they changed it because of copyright issues with the heavy metal band Biohazard.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Thank God they didn't name it Anthrax.
Oh man, no, I was just looking up something. So like, I've never really gotten into the Yakuza series and stuff, and I've always, in my head, I've always joked the Yakuza series is just the spiritual successor, unofficial sequel to the Shenmue series.
And
That's what it is.
100%. That is what it is.
Yeah.
What if Shenmue were good in the sequel? Because Shenmue 3.
What if
sucks.
Shenmue was made competently?
I'd say Shenmue 1 and 2 actually are like amazing games, but like the third one, that is it's just sad to play, really. And like, I think Yakuza is like a good evolution where they
And
removed
doesn't he want
it.
to make a fourth game as well to conclude the story?
Can he get the money for it? Like, that is the question.
He got the money for a third game. I'm sure he can get it again.
The
He
problem
probably
is
has
that
the connections.
the problem is that the third game was kickstarted, and the problem is that the third game didn't do very hot. So like
Yeah.
convincing investors to like, help
So
me
the
do a
story,
turkey once again.
so the story's unfinished yet again.
Yep. He never beats Londi.
Tisk,
He's found his
What was he
sailors.
thinking? Like he may decide to make a game after all this time, and he decided, no, I will not end the story here. I will keep it going.
I mean, I think that was like the problem with him not. I mean, the third game, he didn't get a third game because fucking Sega collapsed entirely. But it was also the fact that like he has such ambitions that a third game wouldn't be enough, and that kind of shows in 3 because 3 is obviously like it's also like really obviously unfinished, so it's supposed to be even more. So I don't know if like the unfinished stuff is what he wants to tie up in 4, or if 3 is just supposed to be what it was, but more of it. I don't know. It's a sad game to play if you love Shenmue, because it's a bad sequel.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, but Senlor, you should really play the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series, and like start with 0, because that is like the best start. You start the first point in the story, and it is an amazing game, legitimately.
I've not. Again, it's that kind of gameplay. I've never really been big into like the I don't know, GTA run around.
That is not what it's like. Honestly, it is. Think of it as a beat 'em up with dialogue. It's like Streets of Rage with dialogue, basically.
I've never been a big beat 'em up guy. I really haven't.
Okay.
I play Turtles in Time to Death, and that's about it.
You're more of a Battletoads guy, I suppose.
I actually had a copy of Battletoads X Double Dragon. That was one of my SNES games.
Yeah, I mean, Battletoads is like required playing to call yourself a gamer, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't played that, but I did play the TMNT game, Turtles in Time.
I like legitimately recommend Battletoads. Like, Battletoads is very hard, but it's a great game. It is really fun.
Well, Battletoads is the textbook example of Nintendo hard, in that it is brutally hard, but if you fuck up, that's on you.
I'm both surprised and completely unsurprised that Pipkin loves Yakuza. But he is
has
right.
a pretty small but very populated world.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a good open world in that sense, because you're in a neighborhood. Because when you make like
Kamurocho.
Yeah, exactly. You're mostly in Kamurocho, and like you're in Osaka.
I mean, last time you do travel to another city. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Osaka. It's an Osaka pastiche. Travel to in 0. But like, yeah, I think it's the correct way to make a open world game. Like, like I think Persona 5 and Yakuza are some of the best open world games because they're so self-contained. So you can actually like make a place feel as alive as a city actually is, instead of like the really gay and dead sterile piece of shit maps of GTA. Like, I hate GTA 5 so much. It is such a bad open world, like one of the most boring open worlds ever. It makes Metal Gear Solid 5 look like it's an alive and exciting open world. That's fucking saying something.
Hey guys, Fruit is having a meet and greet at Expo. Will Bong?
That's a
Will
No,
Bong go?
I think he's been
go?
convinced to go to that. I think someone told him to go do that as well.
that's gonna be a skeet and greet.
Yeah. What was that? Yeah. I think I haven't played Yakuza or Persona, but I'd say my standard for open world games would be Just Cause 2.
Yeah. Just Cause 2 is good. I actually liked. Have you ever played Mercenaries 1?
Mercenaries, I played the Flash game, if that counts.
Oh, okay. Because Mercenaries 1 is, I think 2 is also good, but I think Mercenaries 1 is a better game experience than 2. 2 has more to do, but I think it's a lesser game. But like Mercenaries 1 is really fun. Like it was super impressive, the amount of destruction you can do to an environment, and like the just a pure amount of munitions you can call down for like a fucking Xbox / I think PS2, Xbox, maybe GameCube. I can't remember. Like it's
Yeah,
super
this is
impressive.
the one I played.
It's also really funny as a Swede because Peter Stormare is one of the antagonists. That's really weird to hear him in a fucking video game. He's also super drunk in Mercenaries 2. Like I think he was like actually in the throes of alcoholism when he made Mercenaries 2, and you can really tell it in the voice lines. Like he's not sober for a second.
So he David Hatered it.
David Hayter is sober. It's Chief Keef who can't keep the bottle out of his mouth when he voice acts.
Okay, but I mean more in the joke of David Hayter to do some of his voice lines for Snake. He actually took a shot.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was kind of stuck as old Snake for a while because he fucked up his voice.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. So he didn't. That's why he didn't like voicing Snake.
Also, David Hayter, producer of X-Men 2, I think, which is kind of like
Producer X-Men 2.
Oh, I was producer or writer. Actually, he's written one of the X-Men movies. I know.
He's done. I know he's done some directing as well.
Yeah.
Okay, writer of X-Men 1 and 2. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a little surprising, but like, yeah, some directing talents, I suppose.
He's dubbed anime as well. Like before the games, like the cast of MGS1 used to all do like anime dubs, right? So that's why they kept showing up.
It's kind of obvious, and I think they either shared studio or voice actors from Castlevania Symphony of the Night as well.
Okay, so he wrote the screenplay for X-Men 1 and 2.
It seems that there are more people credited, so I guess it's like a partial credit.
And might be more than one writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the.
Oh god, he wrote the Scorpion King. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that one is kind of a black mark on his career.
Okay, I think he saved it with the Watchmen though. That was
yeah, 100%. Like everyone gets a fucking bomb every once. but Scorpion King is like, damn, you have to write something like Watchmen to compensate for it.
He's writing the Voltron movie.
Yeah,
I know.
King Shark and the Flash.
Oh my god. What the fuck? I forgot the Voltron live action movie was a thing. I forgot.
I mean, there's always been like a lot
the Guyver movie. He was in that too.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that?
The main character.
Yeah, hell yeah. I've seen both the
and
Guyver
that's the
movies.
name he uses for his when he gets credit. You know the thing in OVAs where they didn't actually credit them with their real names. They credit them with like aliases for some reason.
Exactly.
I think it was
a union.
Like union.
It's
union.
It's a union thing.
Union. So that's the name he used for the anime dubs. Sean Barker.
Yeah, it's extremely funny when you watch the second Guyver movie, and you just hear him. It's like, the Guyver. What is a Guyver, Professor? It's like exactly, you can hear like the beginnings of Snake, and it's so fucking strange to watch like bootleg Solid Snake running around in a Guyver suit.
Yeah, Proto Snake.
It's sometimes it's like super obvious. Like he even does that. Guyver. What is a Guyver?
I find it funny he had a cameo in the X-Men movie.
What does he even do nowadays? Like, I know he's doing some stuff in the Konami studios, like interviewing people, part of the documentary, but what is he doing now?
I mean, if they redub Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, then he's Snake again.
No, he's not. He's not. They said they're not redubbing.
They have the original voice lines.
They have the original voice line, but they're going to redub like a little bit or something. I'm not sure what they said.
Okay.
I'm just
Probably stone-worthy opinion, but I prefer the MGS5 Snake voice actor. What the fuck are you saying, asshole? You cannot be serious saying you prefer Chief Keef. What are you on about?
You're starting shit just to piss you off.
Yeah. Starting to wonder if I'm getting trolled. All right. That is. That's a crime. You have to be trolling me now. He's just so cool and serious. Like you have to be trolling. Hater is so goofy.
E for Sutherland.
Okay. This is. I will not. I will not fall for the Russian troll factory. I do not believe this Putinist misinformation.
I'm just loving the civil war is brewing.
Clearly, I'm being trolled. I will not accept this opinion as having the possibility of being real. I will not entertain such a ridiculous notion. I liked him too.
It's probably a bad thing that I've never played an MGS. Oh, I have played Metal Gear 1. On the WiiWare.
Yeah, the old PS. The old.
No, that's the.
I can't remember what it's called.
The system that they play Mega 30.
MSX, the MSX.
MSX, yes, the MSX. I played the Metal Gear 1 on the WiiWare, and I never got past the first section.
Yeah, I mean you can skip 2 actually. It's like
the only Metal Gear game I ever played was on Nintendo.
Yeah, that's the one I played, Metal Gear 1.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because Metal Gear 1 is good. Metal Gear 2 is like skippable. They basically like retcon everything about it anyway, so you don't really have to care. And then it's like MGS 1 is just like.
No, but isn't like MG1 like canon or something? Like it has.
Yeah, Metal Gear 1 is canon. Metal Gear 2 is somewhat canon. It's canon in the sense that Snake goes on a mission to actually kill Big Boss. And then they don't mention what happened because in Metal Gear 2, you kill Big Boss by you making a homemade flamethrower out of a spraying bottle and a lighter and lighting him on fire.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they kind of skipped that because it's not burnt or anything when he shows up again. So like they were like, oh, he just shot him, whatever.
Because it's kind of funny how Venom Snake goes out. Like he goes through all that shit in MGS5 and you meet him in MG1. Like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
No, my opinion on the Metal Gear series is that I only ever played one. I watched playthroughs for the entire of the Solid Saga, whatever you want to call it and stuff. But honestly, my favorite Metal Gear game is Revengeance, just because like the entire Metal Gear franchise has always been kind of over the top and stuff. But for me, Revengeance being cartoonishly over the top makes me actually enjoy it. Because
it's signature platinum.
Well, like for me, the main Kojima writing for Metal Gear Solid is way too up its ass for me to like it.
I don't agree. 4 is when his writing gets a bit up its ass. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 is pretty simple. Like it's very much just like a spy thriller. Metal Gear Solid 2 is a bit fart sniffy sometimes, but it is infamous or famous nowadays for like extremely accurate predictions of what the internet would lead to, and using AI
do like those. I do like those. Yeah, I do like those.
And I think honestly, like Metal Gear Solid 2, this is gonna make me sound really pretentious, but like I think it might have been too smart for the audience at the time. I don't think people could properly comprehend Kojima's genius in writing Metal Gear Solid. But that's like not a joke, because the whole thing is that you're basically replaying Metal Gear Solid 1 as Raiden, and Raiden is always trained in VR on a simulation of Metal Gear Solid 1. So it's kind of like facing how fake and repetitive, like, and it's about like hero worship, and like how you get manipulated into doing certain things in certain ways. It's actually kind of clever.
It is kind of clever, but for me, it's way too on the nose of pointing to the audience of like, see, this is you.
Like, it would have been way better if it actually ended with the Twin Towers getting exploded as it was supposed to.
That would have been so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see like why. And then I mean, it's also like they are so goofy. Like, I mean, it is still a game where like Raiden can get pissed on the head, and you can call people on the code. It can be like, Colonel, I'm getting pissed in the head. What am I going to do? And he gets his fucking hog cranked by the U.S. president. Like, it is like the strange Kojima is game has always been.
Crank my hog. Oh wait, squeeze my hog.
Yeah, of course, that's what brings you back to the call, Marth.
Yeah. Squeeze my hog.
Well, no, but that's why I
squeezed my hog over 300 times in VR. That's nothing, kid. Come back when you squeezed your hog in a dark room with a beetle.
Yeah, but that's why I really like Revengeance, because Revengeance is just a straight up cartoon. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Revengeance is like, the fun thing is that Revengeance completely fits in the rest of Metal Gear. But there's nothing that is extreme in Revengeance is the funny thing, because it always like escalated in like the war economy. So it is like the natural conclusion where like people now cyborgs are like sort of commonplace, and it's all like completely crazy. Metal Gears are like impotent and weak nowadays. You start the game by swinging around Metal Gear Ray like a fucking toy.
Yeah, but this is why this is why I really like Revengeance and stuff, because this is the way I say it. Superficially, Revengeance is over the top, but yet, like you say, in universe, it does make sense, it being logical conclusion. But my favorite thing about Revengeance is that it's so straight. They play it so straight. It's like they play it so straight because like, okay, this shit is completely and utterly retarded, but you know what? We're just gonna go balls into it. Fuck it.
The fact that they don't like take the temptation to go like all wink wink nudge nudge is always there, but they just don't care, because also they're like Japanese, so they have a different perspective.
Platinum games, it's signature Platinum.
Yeah, I mean, having fucking Sundowner go like, give war a chance, just like the good old days after 9/11. It's like an amazing fucking thing to like writing that and like deliver this completely seriously. That is an amazing move, because it's fantastic. Well, all the lines are like fantastic. Like, they're memes, Jack. We're all controlled by something greater. Memes.
Well,
amazing, right?
Well, I actually did watch voice actor interviews for that game and stuff, and everyone was having fun.
I mean, how can you not? Like, everything the villains say are like fantastic and mega quotable. Like, there's a reason the fucking Armstrong boss fight is so quoted, because it is fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know how Japanese people manage to write such witty dialogue for Americans, but the whole like, played college ball, you know, and Percy Ivy League school, try University of Texas, like all the fucking dialogue with Armstrong. Amazing.
Well, yeah, like the funny thing.
I'll put the actor's name. Is it Patrick something?
Yeah. Well, the thing I find funniest is that the meme that be the American that the Japanese believes that you are is actual reality, which just makes it like that much more funny.
Yeah, and like Armstrong's motivation is a very like boomerist, like banned social media. In the end, it's about like tearing down the internet, like having some sort of strange libertarian paradise where the rule of the strong is law.
That is literally Armstrong's character. He is the natural conclusion. He is a natural conclusion of the libertarian mindset.
Yeah, and I mean, That's like fucking everything. The fact that four all just constantly is like nanomachines, nanomachines, and then like Armstrong has nanomachine superpowers. That is the logical conclusion of the nanomachine arc. Like, yeah, he can become Colossus using nanomachines. How does this work? We won't tell you, but it's a sick fucking boss fight.
Well, yeah, like you have like the nanomachines thing, Raiden being a full fucking like completely and utterly cyborg, and then you have like the air quote not Metal Gear of the game being just like the biggest one on record and just being fucking ridiculous. It's like, nah, this is the logical conclusion to all these here little plot threads.
Yeah, there's like really funny details. Like Raiden have become a family man with like a wife, a house in the suburbs, and 2 kids, while also being a murder cyborg.
Oh, and a dog. The dog's a robot, but
Yeah,
it's
of
a
course,
dog.
a dog. Very important. And that Snake's and Otacon's straightly adopted daughter is a rocket scientist at NASA at 12 years old. It's also very funny and very Metal Gear.
I forget which game. I forget which game it was, but I like one of the last sequences with Snake and Otacon where they're pretty much a married couple. And it's like, oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah, but they like watch over Johnny and Meryl's marriage. It's like they're the gay uncles or something.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it's not written as them being gay either, because Hideo Kojima doesn't know homosexuality exists. There's a legendary and actually real tweet from 2013 where Kojima has a shirt with a rainbow on it, and he tweets afterwards after the picture is taken and people like gay reacting to it, and he goes, "Despite having a shirt with a rainbow on it, I am not a gay. Thank you, Kojima, the master." You say that, but Vamp exists. No, Vamp is just like, he's just a classic like anime vampire.
No. My argument for the Kojima gay argument is Norman Reedus.
Yeah, I think he's like a man crushing on Norman Reedus very hard. What
Yes.
about the MGS4 ball grab scene? Is there a ball grab scene in 4? I remember the one in 2.
There's 1 and 3 as well.
Yeah, Rykov is clear at home. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wonder if they're gonna keep the whole like Rykov being gay lovers with the.
Nowadays, he
Vulcan.
just finds people, scans them, and puts them in his next game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand the fascination, but
I don't know. Look at my technology, guys.
yeah, the saddest thing about MGS5 is the Fox engine that was used for like 2 games and then never used ever again.
I've frequently made, and I will continue to make, the comparison between Hideo Kojima and George Lucas. They both have the same mentality, they both have the same hiccups, and they also have, specifically to the conversation, they both have the same fascination with technology.
I disagree because Hideo Kojima is way better than George Lucas.
Yeah, Kojima is really obsessed with Hollywood movies. That's why you can feel it in his games. Yeah, that's why he gets a lot of Hollywood actors as well.
Yeah.
You can't tell me he doesn't have Jeff squeeze his hog behind the scenes. I don't know. I think Jeff is like flirting and failing with Kojima. I think Jeff is very sadly in love with Kojima. I think he created fucking Summer Games Fest just so he could feature Kojima, so he had an excuse to meet him again.
No, like I've seen a couple of those videos of them together and stuff, and it's much like fucking Fuentes and fucking fuck, what's the black guy's name? I'm blanking out. What's the black guy that Nick Fuentes wrote his dick?
Eddie Murphy.
No, the rapper.
Will Smith.
No.
Kanye.
Rapper.
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye. Yeah, so So as Fuentes looks to Kanye, fucking Jeff Keighley looks to Kojima. Like Jeff Keighley in all his videos always has fuck me eyes towards Kojima.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jeff is clearly in love. I mean, that's obvious.
Yes, thank you, Uber. I'm more of a face guy than a names guy. That's why I struggle.
I just wanted to post that GIF.
I know.
Interesting how you make one comment towards Jews and suddenly your whole career goes tits up.
Yeah, it's almost like they run the world.
It's almost like
Yeah.
they're evil.
Who knew?
I mean, you can't say something about the Jews when you're a fucking rapper.
So if something happens to us tomorrow, we'll know that Odyssey isn't safe either.
I love Israel.
It's
And,
real. It's real.
don't worry.
Ray. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
and I'm just waiting for fucking Whitey to have a breakdown like Kanye did, and just have his like anti Jewish rap, and then we can see the real Slim Shady get buried once and for all.
I don't know. It's really funny when they when Mr. Eminem tries to be a rapper nowadays. Because he's like 50 years old.
He's still
I just
putting out.
remember fucking,
He's still putting out shit.
yeah, I remember when fucking Venom movie came out and they used his song. I never heard a
Oh,
Eminem song
no,
since middle school, and he goes Venom, Venom, Venom.
No,
my
I don't want
God.
to hear it again, please.
Venom. So fucking bad. It was like if you made like a joke like white rapper song, it would sound like the fucking Venom song.
God, I missed the
Well-
Tobey Maguire movies.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Idle Corp, I have to go on an Idle meeting. So
Wait,
We're creeping up on 3 hours. I think I'm going to call it here. Let everyone
Okay, sure.
go. Let everyone go about their day.
sure.
All right. So
Okay.
Everyone, thanks for coming. Take it easy.
Thanks
Later.
for hosting.
So, bye-bye.
All right, later, guys.
Bye-bye.